Hey, what's up, guys? So, on today's episode, I'm here with my father. He is going to be teaching me plumb line. So, we have four balls set up here. I'm going to be doing my method of putting and then seeing if plumb line can help my putting out in the shorter game. We are probably about 10 15 feet away from the hole here. So, I'm going to hit these four balls here and see if I can get some hold, and then he's going to teach me plumb line to see if it helps me out in the short game or not. So we're going to go with the first one. I can see that it's kind of uphill here and it should drop into the side. So we're going to try the first one here. Medium power. So that was enough power, but I was correct about it does drop down quite harsh. So I'm going to give it a tiny bit more power and a bit more up the hill so it can drop in on that right hand side of the hole instead of going straight for the hole. That was a lot better, and probably, and as you guys can see, it didn't roll as much as I thought it was. But from a 15-foot putt, you can obviously see this would be a lot easier putt than if it was rolling down there. You always want to see the line and see where the curvature of the green is. This green is not the best, but that would be a lot easier putting. So knowing what I learnt from those first two balls, we're going to try and hole one of these. That was a bit too hard and it didn't drop down as much. So we're going to give this one a try. And just missed, but these are a lot easier putts, especially from about a 15-foot putt. You can guarantee you can make these in. Hopefully you can make these in. So now my father is going to teach me plumb line. We're going to pick up these balls and he is going to show you guys plumb line.
Okay, Jack, on every ball, I would like you to line the writing up on the direction that you've already learned. Okay, so you've got that writing in line with where you believe you're going to hit it. That will help you out. The ball will then roll end over end on the line. And then you're going to learn how the ball will roll. So we're going to line all of these up with the best possible line that we can imagine. We know it goes from right to left already by what you've already learnt naturally. And then what we're going to do is we're going to stand behind the first ball in a direct line between the ball and the hole, and you're going to hold your putter up. At the bottom of the shaft, you're going to line up the ball, and at the top of the shaft, it will tell you where to hit that putt. So you give that a go.
So I'm going to try this out myself, guys. Bottom of the putter.
Bottom of the putter on the ball.
On the ball.
With your body in line with the ball in the hole, and the top of the shaft, as it meets, it should meet around here where you need to putt the ball.
So that is showing me that the previous ball I hit there is where I should be hitting this ball with enough power to get up this hill. So I'm going to give that a try. See if I can hold this. That was way too much power. So I'm going to give this another try. Not enough power. This is going to be a learnt process, but hopefully it will help out my putting game. Almost went in. As much as you can see, these are decent putts, but you want to be holding them to obviously make birdie or to make par. You don't want to be making a bogey or a double bogey, because that won't help you out, especially if you have a really good drive and a really good chip on, you want to be making that putt for a good birdie. So we're going to try that again.
And now we're going to pick a random line. Jack is now going to pick a random line that he may find difficult. He's going to try it again his way, and then he's going to try it again with the plumb line. Let's see if the plumb line can help him.
We're going to try out a different hole here for that plumb line. We're going to head up here. The grass is definitely a lot better up here. So we're going to go for this last hole. I can naturally see that the hole is going up. So it is another uphill shot. And by my basis, it's a bit higher on the left. So I'm going to be aiming left and not right. So medium power. It's pretty dry, so it will roll. So I'm going to go for an inch left of the hole, medium power.
Okay, now go immediately to the plumb line, because you will only get one chance on the golf course at holding a putt. So you're reading the bottom of the shaft, the top of the shaft, and trust what the shaft is telling you.
The shaft is telling me to go right of the hole instead of left. So I'll try going right, even though I believe it's left.
1 inch right.
And that was way too hard.
And the plumb line was correct, wasn't it?
The plumb line was correct on that one. Didn't drop into hole, but as you guys can see, this green is rather sandy and could be using some work. But I guarantee on a decent green, that would have went in the hole, 100%.
Let's try and prove that one more time on another putt. Let's have Jack hit a putt from here to a totally different hole. One putt, one chance. What his eyes may view, the plumb line may tell him something different.
So am I doing the plumb line or am I doing the straight?
You're doing your own attempt to start with. You get one ball. Like we said, on the actual golf course, you will only get one attempt at that putt. Right now, the plumb line is not helping you. You've got your own idea and your own eyes.
Grounded that out.
Okay. So now plumb line the next putt.
Telling me to right of the hole again, but I can clearly see.
You're seeing right of the hole.
I can clearly see it's left of the hole.
Well, my plumb line is saying 3 inches left of the hole. So you try plumb lining again. You must be exactly behind the ball in the hole. And then you put your putter up. You read the bottom of the shaft here, and the hole up here, for me at the moment, is saying 3 inches left on the plumb line.
Oh. All depends on how I hold this putter, really, because it is bowed quite a bit at the bottom. So I don't know if the plumb line is really working with this putter, or that could just be me. But I'm going to try going 3 inches left, but I naturally saw that with my eyes anyway. Medium power, and don't ground it out this time. And that should.
Ooh, good putt.
That would have went in the hole, if guarantee, if it was a more decent green. So I should give that another go. Maybe a bit more left of the hole. And that just wasn't enough power and not enough left.
You really have to trust the plumb line.
So as we're seeing right now, I cannot putt, which I'm kind of upset about, because this is complete woggle. But I wouldn't be too mad about these putts in a non-professional game. In a professional game, I will be mad at these putts because I want to be making them. Hence why we're practicing this now before I'm in an actual game. So I think we're gonna Dad's setting up for a lot longer hole. So if I'm using just my eyes, not the plumb line, I can naturally see that it's dipping down to the right, it's higher on the left, it's got a decline on the hill. So naturally I'm gonna go
What are you seeing in this area here?
sand,
What are you seeing my putter doing?
drag up sand.
Okay. What I'd like you to do now is I'd actually like you to walk from the ball and actually feel the ground with your feet.
I can feel that it's very slippery, so the ball's gonna roll quite a lot. So I want to be tapping it rather softly, probably about a good 5 inches left of the hole, and it should roll in on the angle.
So let's try it your way, no plumb line again.
Keep rolling, drop down right. So I probably wasn't 5 inches left of the hole, I probably done it more 8 inches. So I'm gonna try 3 inches now left of the hole. That power was decent, I probably don't need that much power. And that should drop right into
Great
the
putt,
hole.
great putt.
So I am gonna learn plumb line, but I do also prefer my own technique of plumb line, of reading the ground myself and not having the club show me. But I think it's good for you guys to learn both and to see. I do understand this technique. Would I always use it? No, but preferably I prefer feeling the grass, seeing that has a lot of sand on it, so this is obviously going to roll quite heavily. So I think it's better to determine it in your own head on how you should be doing it. And if Plumline helps you, then do it. If there's another technique that you have, trust yourself, trust your putting, and hopefully then you guys will get a lot better at the putting game. I have two more balls here, so I'm going to see if I can sink these two again with my own judgment. Or I'll try the plumb line again one more time with one of these balls. Then I'll try my own. So obviously bottom of the putter there. Even that's telling me a good 3-4 inches left of the hole. But I already saw that with my own eyes. So if you have the capability to read a green, then I say you read the green. But if you don't really have that mental state of being able to do that, I would suggest doing the plumb line because it does help. It does show me what I already know. But hopefully, I'll do the same exact power, few inches left of that hole, and that should go right directly into the hole. So, yes, the plumb line was helping. Did I need the plumb line? No. But that's because I know how to read a green and I'm a lot better with distance putting than that. You know, that pain in the backside, 6.5 foot. Everybody always misses 6.5 foot putts. We all know this. And you can make a 19, 30 foot putt. We all know that. But this all comes down to what you guys are more comfortable with. Preferably, I like reading the green myself. But I'm going to start putting more plumb line in and seeing if it's just a fact check. It's already always better to know that you're right than not to know. So the plumb line can just tell you, yes, you're being right, no, you're being a tart. So, and that was today of my father helping me learn plumb line. And hopefully you guys enjoyed, and hopefully you can add that into your own golf game, short golf game. Probably does help a lot better with longer putts because you can see this putt here. That's a pretty straightforward putt. This is about 3.5, 4 foot putt. You can look at that and you can be like, yeah, that's a dead straight putt. If you don't know how to read the green, it will be, yeah, that's a dead straight putt. Get the plumb line, line it up, and that is showing me it's left of the hole. So you might think that is an easy putt, and I can prove to you it's an easy putt from here to here, but you can go duff because you did not read it. Same thing here. But in my mental state, I can read this is higher, this is lower. You can also look around the hole. That bit of grass is dead, that's alive, that's dead. So because that's dead, that can help you hole it. That's dead, that can help you hole it. Could go straight forward. All shows different techniques. So if I went here, line up, you want to go, you always want to fall it in the hole, or you can get dead straight forward and put enough power into it where it can either go 2 inches past the hole or just before. You don't really want to go just before because then you're going to think to yourself, oh, why didn't I put more power into it? And you also don't want to put so much power that it's always over there because this is a decline. So how I'd do this is I'd come back here, read it, see that doesn't need a lot of power, bit left of the hole, tap it in, goes right in the hole. I obviously didn't put enough power into it, but thanks to the dead bit of grass here, it caught it and went in. So that's today's episode of me showing you and my dad helping me learn a bit of plumb line and getting some good holes in. Let me see how your golf game guys doing. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you guys.